Hey, welcome back, friends, to Dergy be playing 100 Line Last Defense Academy. So last time meaning just this afternoon. I'm basically just like practicing my YouTube spiel for when I do make videos again, because I'm going to start making videos of these streams again, but right now this is just kind of getting me into the habit. Then I'm gonna start really making sure that the footage all goes up on YouTube and often gets doctored in some way, possibly to just make different types of videos as well. And not even possibly, definitely at some point. I'm working on it. So, but anyway, yeah, this time we got a whole host of new characters because there was apparently this whole time a second to last Defense Academy that was acting as a decoy for this one because, you know, as another measure for Sire's whole group of whatever the heck creature he was. What are their measures to keep this place safe and really the thing inside this place and inside the defense room safe? There's a reason we're not supposed to know about it, though, and I find it interesting that apparently Nigo did not realize why Sire wanted to keep it from us. And didn't, but, like, but since he got that idea, apparently they called Nigo he, but I'm sorry, that's a woman, what? Like, but, that might be the joke. But, Nigo did not seem to know about that, which is interesting. For sure. Anyway. I just really want to crack on, because, after, you know, Gumi got bonked in the head, and got yeeted off to the other academy. I really think that who bonked him in the head was Ato. I think he's been systematically eliminating our leaders so that we eventually just die to the invaders. For reasons that I don't know. Again, I'm speculating. But Ato seems the most likely. He's really good at like saying things that would make you think he would never be the one to do this. And he's like the first one. He's also the first one to like inquire into like whether people know more than they should or anything like that. And also he just goes after all the strongest figures. Like people were really looking up to Takumi, and then you know, he got bonked in the head and left for invaders, probably is what is, or just left to starve and die out there. Which was probably whoever did that's plan. But, yeah, I don't know. And also there's the whole thing of Karua, not Karua. And I feel like she is actually Karua, but a lot happened to her. Just like a lot happened to all of us, but just different a lot. But we'll see. Either that, or she had a twin sister, or it was a clone. Either way, the fact that she cannot use Hemoanima is really, or normally anyway, apparently she has it, but it doesn't really matter. So that's why she needs an artificial class weapon, and armor and everything. Um... I also really like how each character has their own very unique class. Speaking of classes all of a sudden. I really like the way this is designed for an SRPG as a definitely a semi-casual fan of the genre, but certainly a fan of the genre. I need the I needed to be on the roof. I need to read things. Also, hello, Yugamu. Yugamu. Do they have their own rooms back here now? Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's one character I've seen in, like, the splash art for the game on Steam, for example, that isn't here. So, yeah. She's a very big girl with purple hair. And we haven't seen her yet. I wonder where the hell she's gonna come from, but I guess she belongs here. Because that's the only other character I've seen in art that I haven't met yet in this game. In the game itself. But yeah, no, that's where all the new people went. Starting with Nozomi, Kurara, Kyoshika, Yugamu. Very interesting. Also, Nozomi's is right behind mine. I feel like that might be intentional because of the fact that she's... Karua question mark. Alone in my old familiar room, I slumped down out of the bed. After the storm, the other academy, and the many battles of the last few days, it actually felt kind of nice to be back here. But this wasn't where I really wanted to be. I wanted my real room. I went back home in the TRC. And I wanted to be fucking Karua all day in my real bed. Secretly, not that I would admit that. But I think she openly wants that. I feel like she goes home and masturbates to the thought of him railing her every single day. Or at least the real Karua. I do not know what the heck Nozomi's deal is. But I'm sure it will be revealed at least partly at some point. So I'm very interested in what that is. But it's probably sad, and it probably makes for just... You know, he's never ultimately going to be able to just be happy with Karua. However, I say that, but Uchikoshi, at least, did give Junpei and Akane a happy ending. I remember that. That and also other couples got together. Well, the only one that comes to mind right now is, Lotus and Seven are a canon thing, which I love because they hated each other. And then they grew very much the opposite, which is very cute. This isn't where I really wanted to be. I wanted my real room, the one back home in the TRC. I'll survive and go home. I will. I have to. But would the real Karua be there waiting for me? Or was she already here? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's the thing. You're not supposed to know right now. Also, the truth of what back home is probably not something you'll want to know. I have a feeling it could be... I don't know. Some kind of virtual reality thing. Like, Siri was able to yoink you out of that place through some fucking fever dream. And into this reality, so I don't think the TRC is what you think it is. I don't know what you think it is. I don't know what I think it is, but yeah. I feel like it doesn't exist in this current reality and time travel would need to happen. I really do think that those pods are time travel. Tomorrow will be a new day. I allowed myself to relax and eventually fall asleep.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! As commanding officer responsible for the school and its students, I have an announcement to make.
New facilities?
Get ready for your 30th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Down and dirty, it's day 30! And you know what that means?
69 is definitely gonna have a joke. And no, I don't know what that means. Please elaborate, sir. But I guess he's gonna celebrate milestone days, which is cool.
I've unlocked some new classrooms to celebrate! Where did you get access to this time, you ask? On the first floor, it's the metal shop. And on the second floor, the biolab. As usual, you can ask me more about how they work in person. See you there!
Yeah, I wish you could do that. But you cannot. Please stop reminding me that you're not here. No, I can wait. First, I have to meet up with everyone in the cafeteria. Hello. Good morning, Takumi. Good morning. Still can't make myself believe Nozomi and Karo are different people. They're just too alike. I have to go. I'll see you later. I feel like she knows and she's... I don't know, man. Maybe she thinks that she knows me too. Why else would she be loitering outside of my room? Like, I feel like she might be Karuha and something happened to her brain. And she got... her identity got replaced somehow. I feel like she also knew this was going to happen when she was still Karuha. Because of that time that she told Takumi about it, so... If she were Karuha, I can't imagine why she'd act so cold toward me. I don't think cold is quite the term. I'd call that more just awkward, but... Yeah, the fact it gets so awkward around Nozomi is why she's putting distance between us. Can't help it, though. Being around her is so confusing. I think it's more complicated than that. The carriage that conveyed us here is now stationed in the parking lot on the first floor. The carriage. It's a wonder that the horses pulling it were able to go so fast. She does not know. Apparently, the manga that she was read with were very specifically period manga. Were read with, like, educated with it. That she educated herself with. They were apparently all just period manga. Because there's a lot of modern manga, but I guess the manga that whoever raised her had, or I'm not quite sure who had the manga that she was reading. I forgot that part. But it seems like specifically it was just a collection of, you know, old-timey Japan manga, in specific only, which would be the reason she doesn't know about all sorts of modern shit that are in all sorts of manga. I don't know. It's a wonder the horses pulling it were able to go so fast. And all without ever being seen. We should bring them some hay and water. Does she seriously not know how a bus works? Nope. Well, I mean, there is a thing called horsepower, but that has nothing to actually do with horses. That would just confuse her more. I would say that. It would be funny is if you actually, if Takumi actually did say that, and then she was just really confused. But if it's called horsepower, why would it not have anything to do with horses? Honestly, I don't know the answer to that in real life. I feel like it might actually... The term might come from the fact that they used to use horses to pull some of the first, like, automobile-type things, you know? Anywho... You know, like carriages, and then there were motorized carriages that I think maybe helped pull themselves or something. I don't quite remember. But then they transitioned out of horses, and I think horsepower is there because probably the people that invented it were still using horses, and yeah, so invented motors, you know, so. Anywho, you know, until they got it running, and obviously, and started using it, but anywho. I have no idea about any of that. I kind of want to research it at some point now. So I guess I need to go... No, I don't need to go check out the new stuff. I'm actually made to go to the cafeteria first. One floor. In fact, I don't need to do this. I can just... Alright, it looks like everyone's here. Still feels weird having so many people around all of a sudden. Let's hold a killing game and sit out the hurt a little now. Whoa, don't be so casual about it. Taking life is a serious matter. Actually, wait, they won't like each other, will they? No, because she just wants murder, he wants very specific murder. So they won't actually get along very well. Rippity. Literally. If you're gonna kill someone, you gotta take your time with it. Really make it mean something for the both of you, you know? Is that supposed to be inspiring? There being more of us could be a good thing, though. The more allies we have, the better we can defend the school. Allies, huh? I would really like my glasses to function properly. Oh my god. Anyway, I took a quick look around the school regularly. It's basically identical to ours. Just like Nico said. Apart from that wall of fire outside, of course. Interesting, that wasn't a thing before. That's why they had to deal with more there. Huh. So those are the infamous Undying Flames. The sight of them fair... Fair? Sets my teeth on edge. Fair? I don't know if that's a typo or some very old-timey language I'm not familiar with. Anyway, moving on. I feel like it's the latter. Because this game is very well localized so far, generally. Though I think I noticed at least one or two typos, which, like, apparently this game is voluminous in text to a degree that is nuts. Even for a game from these people and of this style. Yeah, that's... Man. Even this initial 100 days is long. It could just be its own game, but no. And you have all of the other routes, which are also all apparently long, from what I understand, and have multiple endings and have their own fights and all sorts of shit, as far as I understand. Okay. Yeah, I need to go for the other strap that I found right now. Or else I'm just going to be fiddling with my glasses more than I play the game, because that's what was happening earlier. This one just stays on better for now. Okay. You told us a little about them on the bus on the way here, but maybe we can get a proper explanation now? What exactly are those flames, Takumi? First, though, you must interact with everyone else here because it's a law. I'm sorry, nope, not gonna read that. Just like that, we got 4 more people we have to live with, and they're all total weirdos, too. Fucking look who's talking, my dude. I'm sorry, but still. Although, granted, him being tired of dealing with living with a lot of people is certainly understandable. I'm glad you're back, Takumi. We still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to Hiriko. It's because it's fucking you. Of course you'd act like you don't know. But, yeah, like, no, it's... He specifically really makes sure that he says all the right things for someone that wouldn't have anything to do with it. That's just a red flag for me. After having played a lot of games from these two writers, you know? Among some other stuff, like I've said before. We certainly have gathered a motley crew of allies, haven't we? It's like one of those yokai picture scrolls in here. I don't even know what that is. My dear brother always tells me not to talk to strangers. These people are pretty strange, but still. I don't think stranger is what you think it means, but strangers tend to be pretty strange. This is way too many characters to keep track of. Let's hold a killing game and thin out the herd a little. Yeah, that's what you said already. Those guys from the other academy are kind of weird. So also look around us. I'll be honest, you aren't very normal yourself, but I love you. Like, we've never been surrounded by normal people, okay? Just deal with it. Making friends with them might be asking a little too much. All this time, there was a whole nother school just like ours. You really never know what's gonna happen around here. Yeah? That's what I kind of love about these games, among other things. I have nothing to say to you, peasant. Tell Nozomi what she wants to know. Later, after I interact with your dumb, weird friends. I say dumb. Honestly, like, she is dumb, but she's my favorite, the other girl. This guy's smart and very, very scary. You should go ahead and answer Nozomi's question. We're all dying to learn more about these flames. I'm sure you used that word on purpose. Those undying flames send a shield on my... Actually, was that supposed to be a pun? Because they're called undying flames. And also, you know, thematically appropriate for him. Anyway. Those undying flames send a chill down my spine. Could they be some art brought about by demonic blood magic? I love her. Yeah. All we can tell you about the flames is what Sirei told us when we first got here.
Those flames, which encircle this entire school, by the way, just keep on burning. They never go out.
Never?
That's what I said. They don't need fuel, and they can't be extinguished. They'll keep burning on for all eternity. Hence, the undying flames.
Fire that never goes out. It sounds like something out of a fairy tale. I'd never have believed it if I hadn't seen him with my own eyes. Heck, I'm still having trouble getting my brain to accept it. I love him. Honestly, the more that he's fucking scary, but hi, sir. I'm bi. Anyway, perhaps 'tis an advanced form of ninjutsu? Which chakra elements does one combine for such a transformation? I love him. The flames are there to help keep the invaders away from Last Defense Academy, right? If that's true, they must be part of the defense system. They're probably being generated somewhere on school grounds. Yeah, maybe. To tell you the truth, we don't really understand how it works either. You got them burning outside the defense room, too. That's gotta be to protect whatever's in there, right? We think so. I tried dousing those ones with a fire extinguisher before, but they sprang up again pretty much right away. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get inside. This really brings home how many questions are still unanswered. Sirei said he'd explain everything, but then he disappeared. I wonder why, motherfucker. And you couldn't convince him to tell you sooner? You truly are useless. Sorry. Hey, that wasn't our fault. Their defenses are a lot beefier than ours. I guess that settles it. This school is the real deal, alright? Yes, it's just like Nico said.
Second to last Defense Academy is... well, it's a decoy.
Yeah, we heard
There's
this
nothing
not too long ago.
important here. But on what's inside...
Redundant dialogue and redundant flashbacks that contain the same redundant dialogue that keeps saying the same thing twice. Oh, Kodaka and Uchikoshi. They both do that, so of course it's particularly bad here, to be honest. Verily, it was a shock to learn we've been risking our lives to protect a mere decoy. A shock? It was downright infuriating. The B team is no place for someone of my special social standing. It's not as if the work we did there wasn't important. The invaders took the bait and sent troops to the decoy after all. Excuse me. All those attacks we fought off stopped them from focusing their entire fighting force on this school. I still say Nigo could have told us that from the beginning. I do agree. They could have told us all a lot of shit from the beginning that they didn't. I don't know why, but yeah. A lot of the information relating to this war is classified. Yeah, that's obvious. For some fucking reason. Maybe he didn't have permission. From fucking who? Who the hell is alive that's a higher-up? That's what I want to know. Because we certainly haven't seen any sign of other authority figures any higher than them. Even Nigo couldn't defy orders from above. Where the fuck is above? He told us that much himself. I still do not believe Nigo is a male. And I love how that's not even being questioned. Orders from above. Siri mentioned higher-ups, too. Who's really controlling this war? But now the Decoy Academy's gone. That means the attacks on this one are gonna get a whole lot worse, right? Yes, because the game needs difficulty spikes. Or else it wouldn't be a challenging video game. Pretty much. They've got to decide who to send where anymore. We're all there is. And there's still like 70 days to go. Oh man, what a rotten luck. I don't know if I can hold out that long. What's the worst that could happen? Dying? If it's gonna happen anyway, maybe we should just get started now. You know, get busy living or get busy dying. You're all so adorable, the way you freak out over every little thing. The enemy attacks may get worse, but there are more of us too. If we can learn to fight as a team, then why fight at all? Why don't we just run? If we use that school bus you came in on, we can cover a lot more ground than on foot. Hello, Grace. Yo, your stream vibes are so good. I almost spilled my drink from grinning like an idiot. Oh, thank you. I had to pause to send this. Let's feed it at friends or partners in gaming. I mean, on Discord. I'll be honest though. Immediate, like, request for adding on Discord in a random streamer's stream really sounds like a scam to me. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to preemptively ban you. Sorry if you're not scamming, but that is the most scam-ass thing I've ever heard of. Sorry. Okay. If you use that school bus you came in on, we can cover a lot more ground than on foot. You might even be able to drive all the way back to the complex. You're babbling, sir. A warrior does not desert their post while the enemy still draws breath. And nor does a woman. You are both, ma'am, so I guess that you really don't. Even supposing the bus could cover that kind of distance, none of us know how... By the way, I love that, like, poised sprite of hers. Hello. By the way, I love this song. Even supposing the bus could cover that kind of distance, none of us know how to get to the Tokyo residential complex from here. And besides, the future of humanity is at stake here. If we don't defeat the invaders, the whole world is done for. Don't tell me you actually believe all that future of humanity stuff. There's a good chance it's just a story made up to motivate us, you know? Naturally, we considered that possibility. It was one of the first things we discussed. In the end, we just... Oh god, I love her voice. Listen, I need to listen to this for purposes. Also, that sounds like it could be something. I like women that grunt in bed, not moan. That is a definite that's definitely TMI, sorry. Anywho, so for a reason completely unrelated to what I just said whatsoever, I need to listen to it some more. Anyway. Nozomi was very persuasive. The way she got us fired up, we couldn't help but get on board with it. I didn't really do anything special. How can you be so sure? You have any grounds or evidence to prove it's true? You got any grounds or evidence for thinking it's not? I guess not. If Siri's been able to tell you more about what's going on, you'd be sure of it too. I think that's the main difference between our two groups and why our attitudes are so different. Once Nigo told us about World Death, we knew we couldn't just stand by and let it happen. World Death. Yay, we're finally getting plot trickles. Yes, indeed. Humanity's future prospects without this particular asset would be grim to say the least, yeah. Okay, now, we heard her say this, like, not too long ago in the story, come on. Wait. World Death? What's that? A new prominent term to deal with. This is gonna overload my extra small size. I honestly feel that. ADHD be a motherfucker. And I also often feel like I really just learn so slow that, yeah, definitely sometimes feel like I have an extra small brain, at least in that sense of retaining information. It's all starting to make sense now. You never even got that far, huh? Although granted, the more I study something, the more I engage with it, especially if I'm already interested in it. It does stick in there, but yeah, it's also finicky. But Yeah, it really is just, if I really want to make sure I can do something consistently, I need to do it hyper consistently. And I'm also often motivated to these days. So that's good. It's no wonder you're still going back and forth on whether it's all true, then. You best prepare yourselves for a shock. What do you mean? According to the information Nico shared with us, world death was the catalyst for this entire war. This is the thing that started it all? More than that, it's also the reason humanity is now confined to the Tokyo residential complex. World death has decimated the human population and forced the survivors to take shelter underground. Decimated the population? It's that bad? I'm getting way better at, like, having different female voices that, as far as they're not convincingly female, obviously, but they fit different characters. I'm better at understanding what my voice can do in the higher range because I practice it. And I think I'm much happier with my general voice acting. And yeah, right now I am settling into just enjoying this right now. Enough of the dramatic build-up. Just tell us what this world death thing is. Quiet, P-Brain. The adults are talking. Says a girl that's way smaller than the guy that just talked. If we tell you, we don't want any of that, hey, is that really true? What if it's all made up stuff? Do you think we can hold on to that single thought without blowing a fuse? Also, like, I'm pretty sure you are not an adult like anyone else here. I don't think anyone here is an adult, ma'am. Come on, make the explanations already. That's no way to talk to someone who's about to impart important wisdom. Then I wouldn't ever teach you any manners, you inbred little streeter. Oof. Because that's probably true about him. What? And your manners are any better, you foul-mouthed rich girl? Shut up! Honestly, having to listen to your complaints is making my skin crawl. Spend too much time talking, and you won't be ready when the enemy attacks. And if you don't fight the enemy when they attack, you die. Is that so hard to understand? So why do you insist on picking apart everything we say? I've stepped in things that would have made better soldiers than you, Jesus Christ. Although Gaku actually fights, so I actually really like his abilities. So like he's got some range, and that shit's good in this game. So I mean. But yeah, like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, she obviously has a thing against poor people, and yeah. All these characters are obviously supposed to make character dynamics that are interesting with the characters that exist here, which I like. She's right. Even ABC Gum still has some flavor. Can you really blame us for asking questions after getting dragged into this crazy war out of nowhere? That's where you're wrong. We weren't dragged into this. We were chosen as mankind's last hope. Mankind's last hope? Yes, we were chosen to represent humanity in this war. To shoulder the hopes and futures of everyone back home. We're the only ones that can stop our entire species from being wiped out. We don't have a choice in this, we have to fight. And you believe that too? Are you sure you haven't just been brainwashed to think it's true? Honestly, that's very possible. Again, you make a joke of our resolve? You won't be laughing when my blade has had its way with you. Honestly, yes, please chop him up so he can shut up. Like, honestly, he might be my least favorite character, and I think that's a very common sentiment. Although, I do generally like snarky femboys, but still. What about world death? You're gonna just keep throwing that name around like it means something, or you gonna actually start explaining things? I honestly am very with him right now. You know what? I'm not telling you a thing. Go shove it up the tailpipe of the car you can't afford to insure because you're poor. Jesus Christ. Huh? I can't work with a bunch of impatient, ineffectual, dull-witted morons like you. There's no point in us telling you anymore. Kurama, don't be like that. There's no need for us to get involved with these chumps, Nozomi. We can win this war on our own just fine. I can't believe we wasted our food on you peasants. We'd have been better off letting you shrivel up and just using you as invader bait. Oh, you act like a big shot, but this is our school, you know. We were here first. Yeah, we opened up this place to you after yours went kaput. If you weren't for us, you'd have nowhere to go right now. We could say the same for you. You and the school would have been toast if we hadn't helped out in that battle yesterday. Don't get smart with me, pretty boy. I'll myrtleize you. Ouch! Don't mangle murder like that. That word deserves to be treated with respect. God.
It's no surprise these peasants can't speak properly. They don't show the
Jesus.
slightest sign that they've taken anything on board.
I kind of like this. You know, interesting friction between these two groups. I love that. It is very, what's her name? God damn it. Darumi. It is very Darumi for her to just be like, oh, are they gonna start killing each other? Please, 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 please. I swear to God, that's what she's thinking. Watch her say something like that right now.
Poverty must have dulled their wits to the point they can't even hold a conversation.
Jesus Christ.
Well, excuse the heck out of me. I'd rather be poor than an absolutely rotten human being.
Seriously, what's the big idea showing up out of nowhere and acting like you've got the right to boss us around?
You've made it obvious you lack the experience and expertise to defend the school on your own. It's only natural that we step in to superintend.
You know what would help relieve some of this tension?
Mm-hmm.
A killing game!
If you want to try to escape, be my guest. I'm gonna come after you, though. The thrill of the chase. I wonder how far you'd get if I amputated your legs first.
Watch it, man. I may not hit girls, but I won't hold back against another guy.
Killing game? Anyone? Just one murder. That's all I ask.
That's enough. You all need to calm the fuck down, bitch. I added the fucking bitch in there because I feel like I would have said that. Takumi's right. Won't get anywhere if we don't work together. Wake up and smell the roofie. No. She's just like, what was her name? Was it Ibuki Miyota? The ultimate inventor from Danganronpa 3. She's just like her, except I really liked Ibuki Miyota's whole everything. And she was hot. But, I don't know, I just... Add rich girl to how rude she was, and... But granted, wake up and smell the roofies, I feel like is something that she would have said. But... Or maybe she would have just said, wake up and smell the sperm or something. Anyway, that Dreadnought class deadbeat's as bad as the rest of them. The moment your back is turned, he'll spike your drink and take you back to his room and... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd never do anything like that. I really wouldn't, you know that, right? Please, everyone, we shouldn't be fighting among ourselves. Why can't we be friends? Friends, these guys don't make me laugh. Defending these... I really dislike the whole... Let's decide Takumi's creepy shit. Fuck that. Defending these cosplay convention rejects certainly is asking a lot for normal people like this. Especially because I've definitely been mistaken for being, like... You know, something akin to a sexual predator before. I certainly never had the intentions that I was often accused of by girls. I'm aware that that stuff comes from experience, but it's still annoying. And I wouldn't wish that shit on anyone, but yeah. Befriending these cosplay convention rejects certainly is asking a lot from normal people like us. How dare you, sir? I'll not let that insult slide. It's probably just because I'm autistic that, like, that a lot of people misinterpret how I am, but... You know, yeah, it just kind of comes with it, I've noticed. Choose your fate. Fate's the judgment of the holy Jumanji sword. Repent and die by your own hand. I demand satisfaction. Satisfaction, my ass. Ima may be a jerk, but he's our jerk. I like how he's even taking Ima's side right now. Honestly, this tension feels very out of nowhere, but... I kind of like it. So, I mean... I've had just about all I can stand of your loathsome visages. We're done. Watch us have to fight again right now. Come on, Nozomi. But... Yeah, get lost, see if we care. If I never see your dumb face again, it'll be too soon. Oof. Alright, trying to press the issue now would only make things worse. It'd be nice if we could talk tomorrow, though. Team from the second campus left with their heads held high. And we're barely out the door before the others started venting their feelings. What's with those guys? Are we really gonna have to stand the rest of the 100 days with people like that? I agree. Their attitude is positively sickening. Like you're one to talk. It's kind of funny because you just took his side 5 seconds ago. You brought back some interesting friends with you, Takumi. So this is my fault? I know I've got no right to contribute to the discussion. Yes, you do, Shomahaga. But what do you think that the world death they mentioned is? I'm really curious now. Don't sweat it. Don't even think about it. It's all mind games. They're just trying to get inside our heads. Damn it. I still feel like I want to hit something. I think I'll go back to my room and cool off. I guess I'll do that too. No killing game? No killing game? Then maybe next time. One track mind. It's okay, Darumi. Just go back to your room and furiously masturbate to really fucked up hentai. I'm sure that's exactly what she's doing right now. Anyway, Takamaru, Gaku, and Tsubasa left the room. I didn't have the heart to stop them. Tension was already dangerously close to the breaking point. Well, that could have gone better. Never expected everyone to turn on each other like that. Same here. It's not gonna be easy getting them to work together. If Sari or Hiriko were here, they'd know what to do. It's no use wishing things were different. I'm gonna stop, like, picking apart everything he says and just let, you know, whatever happens, happens. Is in regards to, like, who is revealed as who is doing that stuff. Or if it was several people for some reason. We need to think of a way to solve this problem in our own way. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I need some time to think. Whippity doofity. After that disaster of a meeting, it's hard to imagine ever reconciling the two groups. Okay. There's gotta be some way. Maybe we just need some more time.
Huh?
Come to think of it, some new rooms were unlocked today, weren't they? I think I'll go take a look at them. I could use something to take my mind off all this. It's the metal shop on the first floor and the biolab on the second, right? Okay, Durgy, hold on. Savey Durgan. I need to be ready. Alright, if anyone skips to the end here and is wondering why I'm ending the stream here, I realized on my break that I'd probably already pushed a lot for me. Like, I've streamed at least a solid, 4 hours now, I think, so that's good. I need to decide that's good, because pushing myself beyond is why I took that last big hiatus and every other one I've taken, which I've told myself I'd never do again. It's all about learning how to pace myself and be okay with being slow. I just work myself up to more stream hours, because I really want to get there. I think I can, but I need to pace myself to do that. Or else I burn out. And I burn out very quickly. So, yeah. Either way, friends, like, comment, subscribe. See you around, and yeah, hope you have good ones for the memento until I come back. And just in general. And I hope y'all are blessed and